afternoon, everybody. I'm back again with a second fragrance, and this one's kind of interesting. This is a special fragrance. If you watched this morning when I did 7, I pulled up this box and I said I have all these samples to do, and then I pulled up a second box, and that one's from somebody called Making Sense, and he's a member of the fragrance community. He has a YouTube channel, and it's called Making Sense. And when you go to his website, it is Making Sense, I think, .net. He has a store there, and he talks about making his versions of fragrances. And many of them are combined fragrances, the ones I have, of 2 different fragrances, almost like layering. But the one I was actually interested in, the reason I actually bought from this guy, I think his name is Michael Dinsmore, Making Sense. I might be saying that wrong. But the one I actually wanted that's got me to his thing, I'm friends with somebody named Joe Anthony. That's his real name, but other people know him as an UnAverage Joe. And he has he's been doing this a long time, fragrances, and he's on YouTube, and he's part of that cannoli mafia, and a lot of people know him. He's a really good guy. You watch Joe enough, and you get to know his personality. He's a really good guy. And everybody knows he loves Sour Patch Kids. And I guess this Michael Dinsmore, I guess I'm going to say that name, he decided he would create something that was like a Sour Patch Kid. And so I wanted that. And while I was there, I got 2 others. And everybody that knows my story knows Bob does not like candies. He says that all the time. I don't like candies sweetening up something. I'm not too much on the gourmands. I mean, if they're made real good, I can wear them and all that. An interesting story. I tried Baccarat Rouge 2 years ago. I went and bought a decant, and it was probably the most expensive decant I ever bought, and I couldn't wear it. I wore it once. I might try it again, but to me it was like falling into a stand at the state fair with the popcorn and candy corn and everything else on you, and the cotton candy and everything, caramel apples. I just couldn't see a time for wearing it. So back to this. This really is sweet and sour, and it really is candied. It's candied up. It's candylicious. And I'm going to say this. Mrs. Fritz gave this a 3. Matter of fact, I'm not wearing it now. I'm still wearing 7. I wore it last night, and I wore all 3 of these. I've got 3 of these. I'll talk about them in a minute. I wore them the last 3 nights, and this was the one I wore last night, knowing I was going to make this today. And Miss Fritz at that time gave it a 3, and she wanted me to wash it off before I got to bed. So I don't want to put it on now because I want to watch the Phillies. So anyway, this is exactly what it says. His mind was to make something like Sour Patch Kids for Joe Anthony, and he made that. That's what this is. It is sweet and sour and candy. But here's the interesting thing. I liked it. I actually gave it like a 6 or 7. I don't know when I could wear it. I think my grandkids would love it on me. And then when it dried down, even after, I had it on about 6 o'clock last night, and I washed it off about 10:30. And on this arm, it was dried down more than on this one. So on this one, I was still getting that sour. And on this one, I was starting to get the dry down. And that dry down was this beautiful, like vanilla, it was a sweet vanilla with like ambergris, I guess. And I'll read the notes off and explain that. It really dried down real nice, and I really did like it on dry down. I'm not going to keep this, though. Maybe, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I'm gifting this. I have the perfect person I'm gifting this to. I'm going to gift this to my Hermanito Will Torres from 14 Sprays Minimum. He is definitely getting this bottle or one that I'm going to gift him. And then we're going to have him do the 14 sprays on it. So that's who's going to get this or another bottle. But like I said, it did dry down really nice. The sour part, that sour sweetness, the sour part, I think that's what got Mrs. Fritz. But I did take a shower, and even after the shower, I could still smell that. And even this morning when I got up, but I was getting that vanilla. So let me read the notes on this. Well, first let me read the accords, because I'm going to have to read these. The accords are citrus, sour, sweet, aromatic, fruity, and vanilla. That's the accords that he lists. And then on the notes, it's blueberry, raspberry, lemon, lime, berries, pineapple, bergamot. And then on that base, he has cane sugar, vanilla, and ambergris. Now, there's an interesting thing about this. You know, when I said I have this list of independent perfumers, you know, independent fragrance makers, and then I said I'm keeping this to the side. When I went to his site, I really don't know Mike. I know he's on YouTube. I probably seen him in some chats together, but I don't really know him. But when I went to his sites, you know, he says our version of, and most of the fragrances he had there is a combination of 2 other fragrances, and even the notes are like the 2 fragrances combined. So I assume he does layering. I'm just going to assume that. And this one is called "Making of a Gangster." And supposedly, oh, what was it? I think it was, I shouldn't say what it was. I know it was Portrait of a Lady, and it might have been Tobacco Vanille, maybe. I'm probably wrong on that. But anyway, it was perfect. The notes fit perfectly with those 2 fragrances. It was good. I'm going to do a separate one with that. And then this one's called Admiration 2022. And this didn't have any notes. And he said he took 30 notes or 30 fragrances or something and put them together. This was really good too. I'll be doing 2 reviews on that. So that's why I keep him separate from this, because I'm not sure he's a person that makes fragrances like Aromas de Alazar. Today on Instagram, if you saw Michael Salazar from Aromas de Salazar, he talks about the process he has to go through to make a fragrance. You know, he's got like 500 ingredients and all that. And I think I have for the scent of it, that's one I just got in. He also, when I was on a live with, he was on live with My 2 Cents, he talked about the process of making fragrances. And, you know, he started 10, 12 years ago learning that. You know, he even talked about the schools you would have to go to and all that, being chemistry and all that. So these people, I think, are doing that. And I could be wrong, but I think this one is more of just like layering oils, I think, or taking oils and doing that. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to tag you, so please put that on there that I'm completely wrong. So anyway, this fragrance, I liked it. Miss Fritz didn't like it. I might keep the bottle, though, because I think my grandkids will like this. But I definitely going to get a bottle of this for my friend Will Torres at 14 sprays minimum, because I'm going to want to see him spray 14 sprays of this and walk into his house with that. Yeah, I'm going to want to see that. So anyway, that's my take on this. As always, be kind and pray for peace. It's kind of long because I went into all that other stuff. And like I said, I'm going to be doing the other 2 sometime this week, and they were really good. I give us a 6 and maybe an 8 on the dry down, you know. But I can't wear it. Miss Fritz would kick me out of the house if I wore this. So anyway, with that, again, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.